What's going on, guys? So I bought this Fx Wildcat MK2 about 2.5 months ago from Utah Airguns. Great company, can't say enough good things about them. They really took care of me because I've been having problems with this thing. And so I bought the gun and I set it up, cleaned the barrel, and everything should be good to go. I'm ready, pop the scope on. And I noticed that the zero keeps changing, I zeroed it at 45 yards and it would, I would just be off. Like my groupings would be off every 7-8 shots. Like for the first 3 or 4 shots, boom, right on top of each other, not more than maybe a dime sized group at 45 yards, which I'm like, okay, this is perfect, but every 7-10 shots, it would just change on me. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm thinking oh, maybe the barrel's dirty, I'm cleaning the barrel, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, dude, I spent $1,300 on this gun, and it's working like crap. And so anyways, I ended up buying a chronograph, a Pro Chrono, and it's showing me that my shots is going on like a bell curve. So it's going from 720 all the way up to 970, and then coming all the way back down to 920 over a 50 yard or 50 shot string. So I get all this, figured out, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, So I take off the bottom stock, and I'm looking at the hammer spring, thinking oh, maybe the hammer spring is loose or something like that, and it's but I make a little mark on it, but no, nothing's moving on it, So I end up sending it back to Utah Airguns, and immediately they were like, yeah, dude, we'll try to take care of you. Let me talk to FX. Let me, get this going so you can actually have an air gun that works, So they were awesome. While they were doing that, I decided to call FX as well. And FX said, oh, we're so sorry that your gun doesn't work. Send it to us, and we'll send it back to you, 4 to 6 weeks later. And I'm like, dude, this is a brand new air gun. I have to wait a month and a half, and then plus a week for it to ship there, and then a week to ship back. So it's gonna be 2 months I'm gonna be out of an air gun, and I just bought this thing. It's brand new, So I was super disappointed, super disappointed, man, because I'm all excited. I'm just coming from a break barrel, going into the PCP world, and I wanted to make sure I got a gun that would not have any problems whatsoever. But dude, that's all I've been having with this gun. So anyways, I talked to Utah Airguns, and Utah Airguns is like, hey, ship it back to us because FX is, saying there's going to be this month and a half wait. And I'm like, I know, right? Isn't that ridiculous? And they were like, hell yeah, that's ridiculous. And so anyways, I ship it back to Utah Airguns. They check it out, and they're like, yeah, dude, something's going on with this regulator. And something that I noticed when I was cleaning the barrel is 2 of the O-rings that were in between the barrel and the actual barrel shroud were melted in there. I don't know how the hell they melted, but they were melted right onto the shroud. So I'm in there trying to clean out all this plastic residue in there, which is ridiculous, So I'm like, what the hell's going on? And so anyways, Utah Airguns ends up shipping me a brand new gun. So I'm like, awesome, perfect, And I get the gun, and I shoot it over the chronograph, and it's shooting good. Let's see here. Let's see here, over a 55 yard shot string. My low is going to be, let's see here, 8. Let's see here, I think it was 872. No, 852 was my low, and then my high was 915. Let's see here, the average was 890, and the standard deviation was 30, which is, pretty good. So I'm like, awesome, I think I'm happy. I started looking over the gun, and there's differences from this gun to the last gun. So it makes me think the quality control is just, dude, it's not on par, okay? So for one, I take off the stock, and I'm looking at the hammer spring tensioner, you know, and I'm thinking like, well, hey, let me like, you know, see if I can adjust this just a little bit, just tweak it this or that, you know, because when I get the twisted X barrel, I wanted to, you know, change my hammer spring tension to whatever pellet that I might need. If it's a heavier pellet, I want to, you know, turn the dial in just a little bit. If it's a lighter pellet, I want to turn it out, you know, so I can have this, you know, variety of, you know, being able to work with the Wildcat. So I take off the stock and I look at the hammer spring, and there's this like hardened glue. Like, I know what Loctite is, you know, it's usually red or it's blue, but this is like a clear white glue, like really hard, like it's got to be some type of glue or silicone that's on there, but it's like hard on there, you know. And since I just got this thing back, I didn't want to like, you know, mess with it too much, and I definitely didn't want to like break anything, because, you know, I heard of, you know, horror stories where people ended up like twisting too hard and like, you know, something happened where they broke something in there. But anyway, so I put just a little bit of fire to it, and dude, still not coming out, you know, and I don't want to like blaze all this fire on there and then, you know, ruin it, which is another thing, dude. Like, you can't even work on these guns without the warranty being, you know, voided. You can't even do regular maintenance things like change the O-rings out, or they'll void the warranty. Like, dude, why is that? Is that like a crazy idea of me that you shouldn't, you know, you should be able to work on these things without, you know, voiding the warranty, you know, just regular maintenance things. You shouldn't have to ship your gun somewhere, have it sit there for weeks, and then have it shipped back, you know. I want to take care of my gun. I want to make sure that, you know, I can, you know, if I'm out in the field or something like that and something's not like working, I want to be able to just boom, you know, put a new O-ring on it, you know, seal it back up, pump it up, and then be good to go, you know. I don't want to have to ship this thing wherever. That's ridiculous, you know. So anyways, the hammer spring tensioner was glued on there, and so I can never like adjust this thing now, you know, and obviously I don't want to void the warranty. But besides that, there's the cheek piece on the last one was like metal, and now this one's like, it's like wood. I don't know why it's wood or what, which makes me think like maybe like Utah Guns, like they hobbled like a gun together, because I know they were out of guns and then like suddenly they appeared with a gun for me. So I was like, whatever that's about. But either way, the gun's shooting good right now, but at the same time, if I would like do this whole process again, I would have never bought an Fx Wildcat knowing what I know now. So yeah, man, some things to think about. People that are purchasing that MK2 is, I don't know if they're just having quality control issues where, you know, they're pumping out so many guns that they're not catching the crap that goes through, you know, the system. But yeah, I'm just not happy, because when you buy something for $1,300 and then you get it and then you can't shoot it for, you know, months, and the fact that FX is like, yeah, it's going to be like, you know, 4 to 6 weeks before we can even do anything, you know, to help you out. Like, dude, they should have been like, dude, no worries, let me send you a new gun, you know, good to go. You know, that's what a good company does, you know. But FX was just like, yeah, I'm so sorry, but, you know, you're going to have to wait. Which, in my book, not cool, you know. Not cool, because it's supposed to be a high-end quality product, you know. And I want it to last, you know. I don't want something that's going to break down on me, which I don't have any faith in this, you know, new gun at all. So that's not good, you know. Something that you pay that high a price for, you should be getting quality. So yeah, that's just some things to think about. And if you guys have any questions, you know, or comments, shoot me them. I know a lot of people were asking about like the specs and stuff like that. I believe they pump out saying that this guy's like 34 inches or something like that, which it's actually like 33 1/4. And if you guys wanted to know like any dimensions of like, you know, the height of anything, so you can put it into like, you know, a bag or like a system or whatever for carrying instead of that giant hard case that they give you, just shoot me, you know, a comment and let me know what's going on. But besides that, like I said, Utah Airguns, amazing company to work for. They really helped me out, and I'm so glad that I could work with them and not another company that would, you know, really, you know, keep me on the back burner. You know, Utah Airguns was just like boom, boom, boom. Let me help you out. Let me do this for you. Let me like get you going. And really, really nice people, very sincere, you know, and genuine, which is rare to find in, you know, businesses. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know, and we'll go from there. Y'all take care, guys. Peace.